Tonight on Newsbeat, a women's basketball player earns a top SEC honor for the second year in a row.
Now there's more a sense of community, so children can go to the park and they don't have to be fearful.
One local organization is helping the community in need. And storms could threaten spring break plans. All this and more, Tuesday Newsbeat starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Tuesday Newsbeat. I'm Chancellor Anderson.
And I'm Kai Hamilton.
LSU women's basketball player Malaysia Fawali was named the SEC Sixth Woman of the Year. The award recognizes the best SEC player who is not a starter. This is the second time Fawali has been named Sixth Woman of the Year, becoming the third LSU player to earn the title. You know, Kai, I've really been enjoying this warm weather recently.
Yeah, me too, Chance, and I really hope that it continues.
Exactly. Well, our weather correspondent Cassie Trepanier has more.
Thanks, Chance. Yeah, the warm weather will continue, but unfortunately, we do have some scattered thunderstorms coming tomorrow and the rest of the week. But looking into tomorrow's forecast, early in the morning, we will be in those upper 60 temperatures, going into those upper 70s, keeping in those morning hours. Now, at about noon, we will see a temperature of 80, and it will continue to be that up until the evening time, where we'll see our high of 81. With those scattered thunderstorms, the sun will set at 6:06 p.m., and we will see a low of 66 degrees. Now, that's all I have for your weather tomorrow. Back to you, Chance.
Thank you, Cassidy. The Gardere Initiative is celebrating 20 years of service in the community, and their leaders say the impact is coming full circle. The Gardere Initiative is a nonprofit created to support families in Gardere, an area that has faced high rates of poverty and food insecurity. The initiative offers a free after-school program for children ages 3 to 18. According to community officials, Gardere saw 0 homicides in 2025, a major turnaround for the neighborhood. And leaders say the program has played a large role in reducing crime in Gardere over the years by giving children a safe space to grow and learn.
We have significantly reduced crime, and because of that, now there's more a sense of community. So children can go to the park and they don't have to be fearful.
What started as a small group of children has grown into a multi-generational support system, with former students now returning to volunteer and mentor the next generation.
Good news for people of Baton Rouge, as the Louisiana Department of Health's recent data shows that the state has seen a steady decline in overdose deaths since 2019. One key reason, investing more funds and resources into drug treatment centers around the state. Tiger TV's Juliet Moreno explains how these drug treatment centers are contributing to the decline of overdose deaths.
So far in 2026, the Louisiana Department of Health has found answers to the state's problem of the rise of drug overdose deaths. And funding drug treatment centers across the state is one piece of the puzzle to lowering these rates by nearly 30% in the last 5 years.
We have done a good job of bringing in more facilities here in Louisiana.
Dr. Shayla Polk, the executive director of the Governor's Office of Drug Policy, is one of many on board for supporting these drug treatment centers across Louisiana. And after the state received over $36 million for their latest opioid response grant for the years 2024 through 2027, Polk and her staff have seen overdose deaths decrease, specifically ones involving opioids, by providing more naloxone kits and fentanyl strips to local centers.
In the last year, we have seen those numbers decrease, not only in rural areas, but in our bigger cities, such as New Orleans, Lafayette, Baton Rouge area.
As far as treatment centers' impact on them, and they help to turn my life around.
LSU's Collegiate Recovery Program Manager Adam Singer has seen these benefits of the state's treatment centers firsthand to help his recovery of substance abuse.
They gave me skills and tools to not relapse, to not use, to not go back out, especially during a stressful time.
Therapists like Jackie Woods of the Maples Residential Treatment Center work closely with people like Singer and continue their service of preventing drug overdoses and putting people on a path to recovery.
There's all kinds of things that people are used to using. We call it maladaptive coping skills. And now we put them here and we, teach them new coping skills. So we do a lot of that DBT, CBT, motivational interviewing.
As drug overdose deaths are in a steady decline 3 months into 2026, LDH will provide more resources for treatment centers as a part of its opioid response grant to put Louisiana residents back on a safe recovery with drug abuse. Reporting for Tiger TV Newsbeat, I'm Juliette Marino.
The Louisiana Department of Health is set to release its latest drug overdose death rates for 2025 in the coming weeks. To check out the latest information, please check out LDH's website at ldh.la.gov. Coming up after the break, the weather may be nice, but will it hold for spring break?
Cassidy will have more after this.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love.
You're mine.
Welcome back. Before we get into that 7-day, I want to touch on that rain that I talked about earlier. So on Wednesday, we will see a 50% chance, and going into Thursday, it will be a partly cloudy day, turning that rain into 0%. Now, back on Friday, we will see a 60% chance, and on Saturday. Now, Friday, it will be rain. Saturday, it will be thunderstorms. Going into Sunday, it will raise up to that 70% chance, and we're looking at thunderstorms that day as well. Now, looking at that 7-day, like I said, tomorrow will be a scattered thunderstorm day with that high of 81 and that low of 66. Thursday will be partly cloudy, and those upper 80 temperatures to mid 80 temperatures will be the trend for the coming week, along with those lows being in those mid 60s at nighttime. Now, going into Friday, like I said, we'll have rain. Saturday and Sunday, it will be thunderstorms. Going into Monday, we start seeing those scattered thunderstorms. And Tuesday, it will be partly cloudy for the most part, keeping with that high of 85 and that low of 68. Now, let's take a look across the country for the weekend of spring break. This map here is for Saturday, which is typically the day that people like to travel. And going into the south, New Orleans, we will have rain. Going into Houston and Dallas, it will be pretty hot, but we will see some rain there as well. In Florida, we will see rain too. Those temperatures will be in those upper 80s, 70s, 90s in some parts. Going into the up in the north, if you are traveling, it will be pretty cold with those 50s, but continue with no rain. And back in California, it will be pretty hot, but also cold at night. You know the desert, that's how it is. That's all I have for your weather forecast, but after the break, we have some more on some thrifty finds just off campus.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love.
You're mine.
As fast fashion dominates college closets, a local pop-up is offering a sustainable and stylish alternative. Over the weekend in Tigerland, Fred's hosted the off-campus vintage market, bringing together local small businesses and secondhand vendors. The venue created a fun social atmosphere for the shoppers with music, food, and drinks. But the organizers say the event is about more than just the vibe, wanting to give students a chance to step away from fast-paced clothing trends and curate their own personal style. The market travels around college campuses, hoping to inspire students to shift from cheap, fast fashion brands to quality secondhand clothing pieces while supporting their community.
Clothes made now from like Shein or whatever, they suck. Like the quality is awful. And so like clothes made in like the 90s, like 80s, whatever, are so much like higher quality. Like obviously they last longer. And also they're just cooler.
The market will return to Baton Rouge on April 26th with a band, DJ, and more secondhand vendors.
You know, Kai, I don't really go thrifting. My mom's a thrift demon, though. So what about you?
I mean, thrifting is like looking for treasure in a treasure hunt. There's so many great finds. All it is like $10 in a dream.
Yeah.
And speaking of curating your own fashion, I love your outfit today.
Thank you. I love you too. While spring break is right around the corner, the students everywhere are placing orders to get the trendiest clothes for their events. But it is more that impact your closet. Reporter Abigail Randall with more.
Students, notorious for budgets and love of bargains. A new Shein outfit for $5 or a new vintage outfit for $75? Of course, the 5 sounds great. But what happens when your low prices come at an environmental cost? LSU students like Abby Lawrence emphasize how Shein aids in micro-trends so they can stay caught up on the latest fashions, which change almost every 3 months.
The prices, it's like as a student, we're already broke. You know, we're spending all our money on food and stuff. So at the same time, we want to look cute. So we go on Shein and stuff is like $4. You can get like anything on there.
Experts tell us that the speed at which fast fashion gets put into the landfills comes along and can't break down, especially as fast as organic clothing like silk and cotton.
Synthetics are not always made with the same kind of chemical bond structures. And that's where microbes aren't ready to attack them and things don't break down as easily.
According to the United Nations Environment Program, 92 million tons of textile get wasted per year, with only 1% of those clothes being recycled. The rest goes to the landfill. Local businesses like the Pink Elephant emphasize quality clothing and sustainability through shopping secondhand.
It's mass-produced, you know. Anything you're getting here is well made. It's survived all this time, and it's unique, you know.
Trends can come and go, but sustainability will never go out of style. For Tiger TV, I'm Abigail Randall.
If you're looking to reduce your textile waste, you're in luck as Baton Rouge hosts over 50 secondhand stores. And if you're looking for ways to reduce your stress over midterms, one spot in Baton Rouge may have the solution. More after this.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love.
You're mine.
Exam season is coming up, and students are looking for more ways to handle stress. A private practice in Baton Rouge uses the form of art to relax clients. Jessica McFadden reports.
Wellness studios like this one are important to students, especially for this upcoming exam season. One studio, just off of Highland Road, brings a new definition to mental health.
Especially LSU students, you're balancing and juggling a lot. You know, a lot of students are here from different cities and different states, so they're away from their family and their friends and their usual support system.
Dr. Mary Catherine Gastineau is the founder and licensed counselor at the Wellness Studio in Baton Rouge. In 2012, the Wellness Studio was founded by Dr. Gastineau and Katie Fetzer in Baton Rouge to serve those struggling with their mental health. Instead of using modern office design, Gastineau and Fetzer choose art as their design aesthetic to counter negative views on mental health and stigmas. Even in a comfortable environment, professionals have to take care of themselves as well.
Making sure that we do our own self-care, that can be our own therapy, or that can be things completely removed from mental health, where it's, reading and being with our friends and family and exercising.
Between balancing schoolwork, organizations, and social life, students always have so much on their plates. For most students, it is difficult to be vulnerable, especially during a fast-paced testing season with no breaks. Studies show that 70% of college students struggle with their mental health daily.
It's such a rewarding and humbling experience to be able to work with people from very diverse backgrounds, different age ranges, different life experiences.
Office designs like these allow students to have a breather from responsibilities, giving a relaxed feeling to the mind and spirit of a college student. Tiger TV, Jessica McFadden.
If you want to book an appointment with the Wellness Studio, you can visit twscounseling.com. Make sure to check up on all your loved one and practice some self-care every day to improve your well-being.
And before we go tonight, we have to mention that today is National Pancake Day. And to celebrate, IHOP is offering free pancakes. And to be honest, I'm not really a pancake lover myself. I lean more towards waffles. What about you?
Well, I've always been a pancake person because me and my mom would always make pancakes growing up. You know, we got the bananas and the strawberries and the whipped cream with the syrup on top. 10 out of 10, always really good.
I think you've convinced me to like pancakes. That was such a sweet story.
Well, that's all we have for tonight's Newsbeat.
To stay up to date on all things LSU sports and news, follow us on social media at LSU Tiger TV.
And tune into Newsbeat live every Friday, every Monday through Thursday. Until next time, I'm Kai Hamilton.
And I'm Chancellor Anderson. Have a great night.